to Gilberto. Robinho. It's a hopeful shot. The goal stands.
While playing World Championship Soccer on the Sega Genesis, I learned that when you really want to win a game, you pick Brazil. Especially when your competition is the New York Red Bulls. When you mix those guys with vodka, they're unstoppable. They can't see, they slur their speech, but they have so much energy that they run you into the ground. I always get a lot of flack when I review any EA Sports title because people criticize me for not comparing it to the game that came out a year earlier. I get accused of not talking about such and such detail buried in the 30th substructure of a menu somewhere. Well, you know, that's not why you watch Classic Game Room. You watch Classic Game Room for an overabundance of irrelevant science fiction references that have nothing at all to do with the game being played, for high-definition video, and because I have a complete lack of understanding of anything past the year 1983. Look at the screen now. Don't all those guys look like they're running from Godzilla in Godzilla 1985, which hasn't even come out yet? The list of improvements in FIFA 10 over FIFA 9 is about the size of a book. You can find most of those online. They would take me an hour and a half to list. 360-degree dribbling, skilled dribbling, freedom in physical play, yet the inability to touch players, turn them into ice, and smash them with a hammer. Some of the things that I like about this game are the simple things that EA gives you to increase your enjoyment of FIFA 10. For instance, the numerous camera perspectives and camera angles. I love that they do this depending on the size and quality of your television, depending on how you like to play this game. You can tailor it just the way you want. Something so simple that so few people give you. Actually, it's probably not simple at all. It's simple in concept, yet I imagine very difficult in execution.
Saved it. Well, they should take more care with possession. They've lost it this time.
You can also live out the fantasy of becoming a professional footballer, but you can't sleep with their wives. That's something they should put in FIFA 11. You can create your pro, download your game face, and grow your pro, like sea monkeys.
Just got there, he's hung on as well.
Did you know that more than 400 million online games were played in FIFA 09? That's actually a ridiculous number. Wow. There aren't even that many stormtroopers in the Empire. I'll give many of you what you want. I'll compare this to an earlier soccer game. 1980s classic Championship Soccer for the Atari 2600. You see a lot of improvements in FIFA 10 over this 30-year-old game cartridge. For instance, greatly improved graphics and physics. Not to mention, you can choose from more than 2 teams. In fact, the number of teams and leagues in this game is mind-boggling. I'm reviewing FIFA 10 Soccer, which is the American release, and the only sport that Americans care less about than soccer is cricket. Maybe baseball, but it's a tough call. The problem with soccer is that there's no cars driving in circles that have the potential to explode. By using the power of that guy's magic socks, I took down the opposing player and prevented a goal. They should have put the fighting system into this game that they have in NHL 10.
Terrible blow for them, and they're going to lose a player as well. He's off. Well, I don't normally back referees.
Nobody should be ejected from a game without putting up a good fight. Admittedly, I play hockey video games more than soccer video games. Back in the day on the Genesis and Nintendo and whatnot, soccer used to be just like hockey except with a green background. Now, of course, it's far more complicated, especially when you take into account the whole dribbling thing, which is quite impressive. I'm not very good at it. I imagine if you really like soccer, though, you have so much depth to get sunk into in this game. Like a Sarlacc pit filled with soccer balls.
He's tried his shot from long range.
The team in the red is the Chicago Fire. That's got to be the greatest sports team name ever.
Well, this is lovely football. They're passing it around for fun.
Usually in these sports games I pick Pittsburgh teams, but we no longer have a soccer team. There used to be one called the Pittsburgh Spirit. Oh yeah, they should have brought them back for this game. I think their colors were yellow and pink, I don't know.
They're
We previously saw a glimpse of Team Germany versus the Kansas City Wizards. That game ended disastrously, but I'm not telling you who won.
Let's hope we get a winner.
This is the Los Angeles Galaxy versus the San Jose Earthquakes. What is it with naming teams after horrible disasters that kill scores of people? Besides, they should have been called the Los Angeles Smog.
That's good play into space. And it's in for the goal!
I did that. I scored a goal. And I didn't even cheat. If you're one of the many, many, many millions of people on the planet who love soccer, or football as it's known most places other than here, then FIFA 10 delivers a wealth of features, depth in gameplay, online gameplay, virtual pro, and more teams than you'll know what to do with. You know, I used to play soccer. I was only good at kicking the ball really far and kicking other players really hard. I was on defense.
Saved by the keeper, and the decision is a corner here.
If you have kids who like soccer, they're just getting into video games, you can adjust the difficulty, make the game easier or harder, although your kids are probably better at video games than you are by now. FIFA 10 packs the same quality and high production value that I would expect from any top-shelf EA Sports title. Is it all that much better than FIFA 09? I'm already bored just thinking about that, but it is better than 1983's Real Sports Soccer on the Atari 2600. That game was in the upgraded line of Real Sports titles for Atari, and did have two of my favorite soccer teams of all times. The Atari Yellow People versus the classic Game Room Blue Ballers. Dude, I just got scored on by David Beckham. Sadly, the Atari Yellow People and the Blue Ballers are not in this game. I know.
Describing it for you. Until the next time, this is Martin Tyler saying goodbye.